I like Destiny. He's a good person. I have a massive amount of respect for him. Anyone that can come into contrarian spaces and have debates and articulate himself, even though we don't necessarily always agree on everything, I have a massive amount of respect for. He's a good guy. I really have nothing bad to say about him. This whole situation with his wife, for everyone out there that's like, rejoicing and laughing and saying, yeah, ha ha ha, blah blah blah, like, bro, that's some shitty behavior, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I think if anything, look at the situation for what it is, learn from it. Obviously, I hope whatever is going on between him and his wife, gets sorted out.
Yeah.
But this is something that I've kind of mentioned before already. I've told Destiny this before. That I don't think open relationships ever work whenever a woman is open as well. It only works when the man is open, but never when the woman's open. And it comes back to what we were discussing earlier, and I've been saying this for years. A woman can't serve two masters. She really can't.
Right.
And whenever you open the door for her to, exercise options or explore other men, at some point, you're opening the door for her to attach to someone else that might be able to have traits that you might not necessarily have. Whereas as a man, we don't operate like that.
Right.
We're like, your girl is your girl for a reason,
Right.
So, with that said, obviously I hope Destiny's okay. I hope nothing, bad is going on. I hope, him and his wife are able to reconcile this to some degree where it doesn't damage him from a financial perspective as much, especially since he invested a good amount of money into her with platforming her. Obviously, he's very successful financially. Smart guy. She's been able to build off her own little platform off of him. So I hope that he
Smart
doesn't
as well.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't get, financially torched for it. But yeah. I mean, it's just sad what's going on here between her. It's just like, dude, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile, right? And it's like, I looked at this and I was like, man, like, this chick, man, like, she's on some bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And this happened.
So Destiny isn't a bad person, 100%. Really cool guy. I just think he made a choice where, it was going to benefit him in the long term. And as men, we make choices,
Yeah.
It wasn't a perfect choice. Maybe it was a bad choice, but ultimately,
yeah. I just hope nothing happens to him financially.
Yeah.
He could recover from it.
Think about this though. If women like security, right? Women like security. Boundaries. Women, they talk this shit on Facebook and all this Instagram, but women love boundaries. Like, it makes them feel secure. Just think about if you got a woman, right? And she look at you and she say, "Oh, he'll let me do whatever." Like, they think you don't care about them when you let them rip and run and run wild like that.
It's
and
true.
so when you,
That's a good point, bro.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
That's
they need the security, and boundaries is a good way. Like, I ain't never really met no woman who was into me that bucked back at boundaries.
Yeah.
That's only when women using you as a placeholder and shit like that, and they don't really like you. Then they be like, "Oh, you controlling and shit." But when a woman like you, she like to feel secure in those boundaries. And when women like you, they'll play within those boundaries. But if you let them run wild, they gonna run wild, and they gonna think you don't care about them.
Yeah.
And if a woman think you don't care about her, if she think that you don't care about her, you're not gonna get her all. She's not gonna put her all into you.
Can I mention as well? I don't know what it is, but whenever a girl's like not from the U.S. and wants to come to America, I just find a hard time believing that it's actually genuine. And like,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know her that well. We talked to her a couple times on different shows, but like, bro, when you involve a green card, bro, she's seeing money green as well. So you never know.
Oh, she not from here?
Nah, she's not from here. So
I will give it that she's from I forget what country it is. Someone in the chat's gonna put it. It's a first world Western country.
yeah.
That's like super liberal.
But
So-
again, you see a guy living in the U.S. that you can kind of like, talk to and, chip down a little bit and make your own angle at him. You're going to go for it and then see where it goes. And I think that's what happened here. So
Yeah.
They got to stop falling for this, "Oh, let's be open" shit. Because women don't respect you if they fucking somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got to stop falling for that. That shit crazy.
And I think as someone, Sweden is where it's from. And I think, for all the guys out there, that to learn from this situation, if you got some money, you got some status, etc., like, you're the boss, man. Like, put these women in their place. Like, don't let them sit there and say, "I want to be open," and you actually, like, no, because whenever you have a title, you have an image to protect, you got some status, you got some money, etc., like, you got something to lose. And when women run around and do dumb shit, like, you can really deal with some serious negative consequences for that. It's not a good look
fuck
for
up
you.
your whole bag.
Yeah.
We spoke earlier, and women can only do what you allow them to do to you. So, as, for example, let's say you're a man of means and you have status and success in your frame, you have boundaries that she's going to follow. Versus the opposite, you have money, status, but no frame.
Yeah.
She'll do whatever.
Yeah, you got to protect
you
that
allow
shit.
it though.
Yeah.
So,
like, I would say, like, for all the guys out there, man, you guys are successfully making some money, etc. Like, you got to be even more clamped down on her not doing some bullshit.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I've always said, like, Like having money and status, like, and this is a perfect example of that. Like having money and status isn't gonna get girls to be on your program if you don't got frame. Like you gotta have frame too.
You gotta have that.
That's
like
huge.
the money and status will just let her tolerate you a little bit longer, but it's not necessarily gonna get her in line. You gotta have that in your head, and then you're able to implement it. The money and status helps you with letting her know that you ain't gonna get this again, dummy. But at the end of the day, you still have to have the frame, whether you make $50K a year or $500K a year or $5 million a year. You still have to have that frame regardless.
So we spoke earlier as well, and you mentioned back in the day, you didn't need as much to get women because there was less access.
Yeah, let's
Very
talk
good
about
point.
that real quick, Dre.
very good point, Dre.
You know, you're a little bit older, right? We get some wisdom from you.
Yeah.
You were, picking up girls before this crazy social
Right.
media,
Right.
Before
online
Instagram,
dating era
Facebook.
age,
You
blah,
had to
blah,
go
blah.
out and talk to women.
Yeah, what was it like back then, man?
It was easier, but it was. Let me put it like this. Nowadays, if you, like I said earlier, if you can get yourself up to barely passing, you can get laid easy because they throwing pussy away like nobody's business. They don't care about being called no whore. They call themselves hoes. They don't care. They throwing pussy away like nothing.
Yeah.
So it's changed in that sense. So if you can get yourself, to a certain point, it's easier. However, women are a lot less tolerable to mistakes and bullshit.
Yeah.
Prime example, I get a lot of guys who they'll go on a first date with a woman. Now, women come hot and ready nowadays, and so they'll go on a first date with a woman,
Hot
and the
pockets.
guy don't close, right? The guy don't close, so the spark may be there, the chemistry may be there. This chick done spent 5 hours getting ready, putting on makeup, shaving and shit, and matching bra and panties. Think about it. Every time you had sex with a girl for the first time, the bra and panties match, right?
Typically.
It's not a coincidence. So they take time to do this shit. So when they do this shit, come on a date, they like you, the vibe is good, and you don't close, they take it as rejection.
Yeah.
Now, back in the day, she would have chased you.
Yeah.
She would have chased you and called you. Nowadays, it's 50 other dudes.
Yeah.
I'm going to just find somebody who can handle my business. So they not as tolerable to a lot of the mistakes guys are making.
To
Versus
answer your
back
point,
then,
just to answer your point as well, whenever you leave that date without closing, makes a phone call, hits somebody else, and then he smashes.
and then he smacked. Because it's
Yep.
always somebody else. So you
Yep.
don't do it. They going to call King Dre or call Fresh. Fresh going to come pick him up in the Lamborghini and it's over.
Yes, sir.
It's over with. So I'm not saying that, be a pussy hound or nothing like that, but that's just some of the differences back in the days. Also, like, back then, like, you had to, like, almost lie. I don't say lie, but you had to kind of, like, women wanted you to be, like, boyfriend and shit. So we had, like, 5 girlfriends.
You had to
and
really
shit.
sell
Like,
the
you had
dream.
The rotation shit was like, you had to do that. If you wanted to be fucking with different chicks and shit, and this chick and this, you had to, like, date them and be their boy. You don't really have to go on dates, but, like,
Yeah. You had to give boyfriend energy.
You had to give boyfriend energy back then.
We could blame all those R&B songs.
Another thing too is like back then they didn't really require dates like that. Like I didn't go on my first date until I was like 25. Like where I went and paid for a
shit.
date, I was like 25 when I went on my first date, and we was smashing them way before then.
Yeah.
Like a chick would be cool with you pulling up with some hot wings and sitting in the car on lunch break for 30 minutes and just chopping it up.
Some Hennessy.
Some whatever they do, But nowadays with social media, this whole women, they hive minded, so they want what everybody else got. Oh, well, they ain't going to Cheese Factory. They ain't selling for Cheesecake Factory. I'm not selling for it. It's shit like that.
You're
So
right.
now they it's just a lot of bullshit now. But it was a lot easier back then as far as like dealing with women. But to get laid, it's easier to get laid now.
I think
Yeah,
nowadays,
just to get laid.
with the advent of social media, Instagram, also as well TikTok, there's so much out there, for example, of what can be done for them. The grass is greener on the other side. So they see that and say, yo, I can get this too as well. Give me that as well.
Dre, I want to ask you this because this is something that I've noticed in ridiculous abundance, which actually really worries me. And I want to see if you kind of observed the same thing. I've noticed a general increase with discontent for men, like just general lack of respect for men in general.
Oh, yeah.
Like in 2020, since the explosion of social media, I've just seen the respect for men go down.
all the way down.
Like, I remember girls would say, "Oh, he's an electrician. Okay, he's gonna do well." Now it's like if you have a blue collar job, women don't respect that shit no more.
Right.
If you got a factory job, oh, you're just a factory nigga. Like, they genuinely think that most men are losers, not that attractive. Most guys are invisible to them. Like, there's just this huge lack of respect for men, bro.
You know where that come from? Whores. Right? Think about it, right? when you have a disdain for something, it's because you can't be successful with it. Like you taking L's. And typically when women take, it's easy for women to get sex. That's when you hear chicks talk like that, they more than likely hoes. That's getting fucked on and fucked on and fucked on and fucked on and fucked on. And so they develop this disdain.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Good point.
It's funny because recently Ruby Rose posted a guy, which is her number one spender, spending on her all the text messages. And back in the day, women would post, I'm getting married, I'm engaged. Now they're just posting all the simps that are feeding them money. Yeah. So it changed from respect to men. Back in the day, getting married.
It's embarrassing, man.
Embarrassing.
It's crazy.
It's almost like a like I said, it's like a disdain. Like when you can't be successful. Now, when a man can't be successful with women, his success isn't because he can't get laid or get a relationship. It's because his success is his disdain comes from him not being able to get laid or get a relationship.
Yeah.
A woman's L's come from them not being able to get a guy to like them past sex.
Yeah.
And so when you see women have that disdain, that's pretty much always all where it come from. You ain't never heard no virgin say that. You ain't never heard no woman who's been treated well by her father or by her man ever say no shit like that. In fact, you see there's another side of social media where women be saying, look, I need my man. I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Yeah.
But if you look in the background, you got a solid man that's taking care of her. Whenever you see a woman say something like that,
yeah, it's just wild because it's like there's like disregard, like there's no, they don't even give a shit about like looking crazy or whatever. Like they'll just get on TikTok and talk about how, oh, this guy ghosted me, fuck man, or just like the vitriol and the hate. Like women are just open misandrous and nobody bats an eye, bro. It's completely and socially acceptable to shit on men, not respect men, insult men, and no one says shit.
So there's an algo boost on TikTok where if you post hateful men topics, it boosts you in the algorithm, which is crazy, by the way, but it's true.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Because I'll tell you this, they get rid of niggas like us. Like if we talk, like fight back against the bullshit, like yo, like, fight back against this bullshit, like yo, these are the women that you want to stay away from. You identified these 304s, etc. Misogyny, boom. Like there's a whole like TikTok has like a blacklist. They made misogyny a big one now where like you get banned immediately. Yeah. But I don't see anything in there about misandry. You write through the terms and guidelines. Was there anything about misandry?
Nah, you could say whatever you want to say about a man. It got so bad to where like I don't even, like in my title, I don't put women. I put like the emoji of a woman. Like I don't even
smart. Oh shit.
That's smart.
I don't put like, oh, women do this. I put like, if emoji do this, then it means this. You see what I'm saying? It's bad like that.
Yeah. It's starting to get like crazy, bro. So
see, that's smart. He's playing the game.
Yeah. You gotta play the game.
You in their house, you gotta play by
their
rules.
Yeah. TikTok is the worst. I get some of these chats real fast. Let's see here, because I know y'all probably got a lot to say. Let's see. I get my glasses here.
Y'all chat here. Y'all chat, but that's the craziest chat.
Conqueror says, Road to Masi is on the Saint and Sinners channel discussing the end of the red pill and the beginning of Marquism. Okay. Damien says, not long ago, you made fun of Tim Pool for his take on women. Well, Tim Pool's always on time with his live shows, has 3 times the audience that you have, and more high-profile guests. How about you get your shit in order, for real, all of you? L for all of you.
What does that have to do, with what?
Tim Cass doesn't talk about what we talk about, bro. It's 2 different topics.
Yeah, he's
actual live shows, bro.
Tim is a news channel, bro.
Yeah,
like Tim is like a straight up like a news channel, dude. So it's like,
what are you trying to compare?
Of course, people are gonna want to watch that because it's a news channel. So you could bring in a wider audience.
And also, our content pushes people away. Yeah. So it's not the same thing, bro.
Like, what the hell?
Come on, man.
This nigga coming in here just to talk shit?
Venom. Oh, man. Destiny about to dye his hair red after this.
Okay, I see what you did.
He's fine, man. He's fine.
What else we got here?
Homie says, I knew this day was going to come for Destiny. I wouldn't be surprised if now he becomes your super red pill. I wish no man any bad, and I actually feel bad for him. I've not tried to warn him. Keep doing what you do, boys. You haven't been wrong yet.
Yeah, man, and that's why I'm keeping it respectful because like he's a good guy. Like
I don't kick him while he's down. That's
and I'm not gonna kick him while he's down. I mean, and meeting Melina, meeting him, like I have an idea. Like I kind of saw this coming. Like I don't know, bro. I mean.
Dude, this
I always thought Melina was on some bullshit. I'm going to be 1,000 with y'all.
This is what I say, bro. We're all men here. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
Yeah.
However, we did warn him beforehand, and we're just saying it in real time. But to be honest, bro, we made mistakes too, bro.
Yeah.
No one's here is perfect.
And the thing is, man, like women be on some like there's girls out there, man, that are like looking for a come up, bro. And she always gave me that vibe, like, yo, this chick is here for a come up, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's got a huge audience. He's well spoken, articulate, etc. You know, he's I guess his Twitter name is Omni Liberal, right? He's somewhat liberal, right? So it's like for her, it's like, oh, this is perfect. You know what I mean?
Do you think that she was out of his league? What do you think? In terms of, for example, looks wise and like, you know.
No, I think she was he was out of her league.
Yeah.
I think she was punching up, personally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, obviously people will talk shit. Oh, Destiny doesn't go to the gym and he's not tall, blah blah blah. But I mean, yo, status makes up for everything. I hate to say it, but like I've always said it. Me and you've had these discussions. If you had to pick one amplifier just to be attractive to women, it would be status, 100%.
I thought
these
that was
reggaeton niggas
bullshit.
be damn near bisexual.
Yo,
but they be getting more bitches than all of
I
us.
thought that was bullshit until I blew up. I used to, when I came into if you go look
Shout out to Drake, you.
If you go look at my old from 2018, that status shit don't mean nothing until I started to like get that type of status. It's
shit crazy, right?
It's a whole nother ball game.
Yo,
it's a whole nother ball
Bro,
game.
shit crazy. You know what I knew status was it?
Yeah.
When Bad Bunny basically came out and said, oh, I'm bisexual, and he still gets bitches. That's what I knew. I was like, bro, you literally have like a death sentence when it comes to any regular nigga, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But you're still pulling chicks, and you're getting baddies too? That's what I knew. Yo, status is
Bro.
It's the main thing when it comes to getting girls.
I saw it in real.
Getting them, not holding them.
Yeah.
but just getting them. Just getting them. Just getting them.
I saw it in real time. I'm outside at events, at clubs. The guys that got the tables, the guys that were in VIP, the guys that were up there on these elevated platforms.
Yeah.
Girls would be like, wow, who is that?
Yeah.
I need to be there.
Right.
I'm like, damn, he's a nobody. But
Yeah.
with status of looking like he's somebody on this platform, oh, let me go over there to fuck him. And it's crazy because nowadays, sorry, back in the day, it was only game. But with status and game, you're a killer, bro.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, call me biased, but yeah, I genuinely think he was way out of her league. I think he like she's lucky that he even committed to her, in my opinion.
Right.
Like
if you don't got the game part behind it though, you just a sucker.
Yeah.
Like you just a chick just gonna use. You got the money, a chick gonna use you.
Yeah.
You got the status, she gonna use you.
Yeah.
Look at all these streamer guys. These nerd streamer guys.
Yeah, bro.
It's like sad and sickening to see what's going on with them. They
It
getting
sucks,
these
bro.
girlfriends and blowing them up and
Drake, me and you are on the same page with that shit. Like me and you both hate, because that's why you started your whole joint.
Yeah.
We hate seeing dudes get finessed by women, bro.
I hate it. Like I hate it. So, like I just. I mean, play on if you're gonna play, chick. Do your thing, but I don't like the after effect of it. Like I don't like the pain that it causes men. You know what I'm saying? Because that pain is widespread. Like we all have to deal with that pain as a society. That's the part I don't like about it.
Yeah.
I've always been like, if you a duck, then especially if somebody tell you better and you don't listen, then get plucked like a duck. But I just the pain that come with that and just seeing it, it's just like
It sucks, bro.
it's almost like how like an older 40-year-old preying on a gullible 15-year-old chick. It's like the same thing to me. Here you just have this kid, don't know any better, got a whole lot of money, got a whole lot of platform, and you bring your thought ass and just take advantage of him, make him feel all these good things, make him feel loved, make him feel like he the only man. Are you taking for everything
we brought Neon here.
So I'm talking
I
about.
remember, and I don't know if you saw that, but like he's with that chick, who's like some OnlyFans chick, and it's funny because like a couple days before, Sneeko had put her on a lie detector on, are you with Neon for his clout only? And she was like, no, and the fucking thing said she was lying, which is obviously,
Clearly.
the guy's, 18-year-old, 19-year-old virgin, right? Skinny, etc. Still, getting his shit together. This girl's like 20, 21, fucking, OF model. She obviously has some sexual experience. She's been with dudes before. She's at her peak. You know what I mean? He's figuring out if he's at his peak. And it's like, whenever I see a drastic difference in knowledge, not just sexual market value, but knowledge of their sexual market value, that's when girls take advantage. Whenever there's a disparity and she's more aware than you are, it's a wrap, man. And that's why I tell guys, yo, you got to get a 50 leg count. Oh, what the fuck, nigga? What are you talking about? There's too many bodies, blah, blah. Bro, these girls will rack that shit up in a semester in college.
You have to be experienced. Because it's like, how you going people do this religious shit, but how do you know how to deal with a woman? Like, okay, let's say you get this long-term marriage, right? You get this woman and y'all gonna be together forever. if anybody's ever been in a long-term relationship, it's not cakewalk. It's actually easy to
harder.
be out here playing the field,
harder.
juggling women. But to have one woman you committed to, it's a whole different ballgame. Because what happened when she tell you, I don't feel like it tonight? And then that happened for 2 weeks. What you gonna do about that?
Yeah.
Do you even know what to do about that? Do you know what to do when she get in a little phase where she bucking up at you and she talking a little slick to you?
Yep.
It's easy to say, oh, we're just going to leave her. But, you 10 years in, you 7 years in, you invested. What you going to do about that?
Yeah.
So if you don't know how to navigate